You're watching News 3 HD this morning.
Fundraising amounts for the U.S. Senate race announced for last quarter. Underdog Dave Westlake raised more than $16,000. The Republican faces Ron Johnson, hoping to unseat Democrat Russ Feingold in November. Johnson, an Oshkosh businessman, raised about $2 million in that same quarter, but $1.5 million came from his own pocket. Feingold reports that his campaign has raised about $4.3 million from approximately 18,000 donors.
And joining us this morning, we'll talk about his run for the Senate and the issues at stake is Dave Westlake.
And we just went over the fundraising totals, and
man,
that's a lot of money in politics. Well, simple, face-to-face, getting out and talking to people. That's what we were doing last night up in Appleton until the early hours of the morning, just talking to people, getting out and doing things that politicians don't do very often anymore. They like to rely on buying ads and buying airtime instead of actually getting out and doing what's important to find out what's going on in people's lives and seeing them face-to-face.
You know, in this run so far, you stand out with the whole blaze orange.
Yeah.
How did you even
It's a little
come up
much
with
for
that?
first thing in the morning, right? Well, it all stands for accountability. The blaze orange is something that, if you think about our politicians in Washington right now, if they voted the way that we wanted them to when they came back to Wisconsin, it'd be fine to do what they're doing. But right now, they're going in a direction that we don't generally approve of. And if they had to wear blaze orange when they came back home, we could find them and hold them accountable. That's what the blaze orange is about.
We'll talk about a couple of issues in this campaign, and actually there are just a zillion things going on. Immigration is a tremendous topic.
Yeah.
What is your stance, especially when you see what's going on in Arizona?
Yeah, sure. Well, bottom line is we need to secure our borders, and we need to take immigration seriously. Immigration is a wonderful thing. Illegal immigration is a problem in so many different ways. We need to seal the borders, document those who are here illegally, and find a way to get them back to their home countries, either through their own means or through the means that we provide for them. But if we don't start taking this seriously, if we don't start leading on the issue, it's going to continue to be a problem for years to come.
Okay, what about unemployment? There are millions of Wisconsin families that are struggling still.
Yep, and it's getting worse. In fact, if you look at some of the economic indicators, it looks like we may be hitting another dip in our economy in the not-too-distant future, just based on commercial real estate trends. There are a lot of things to be concerned about, but if we're going to address this and, again, take it seriously, if we're going to lead on what's going on in the economy and fix things, it's going to take looking at tax reform and getting more money back in the hands of entrepreneurs and people in our general economy to stimulate some economic activity.
What about the benefits? The unemployment benefits, they were taken away last week. So
sure. Well,
there are families that are still struggling to try to put dinner on the table.
That's right. And it's not going to get any easier for them anytime soon. We need to obviously have a balance between unemployment benefits and being able to pay for them and getting people back to work.
You have two wars going on. And Afghanistan, for one, just looks like an absolute quagmire.
Yeah, it's a mess.
The Taliban are not going to suddenly stop and put down their arms. You have a government that appears to be corrupt.
Yep.
Is that even a winnable affair?
Well, it depends. We haven't really defined what victory looks like very well. If we do that, if we at least have a strategy in place, we can work towards something. Right now, we don't have that. And again, it boils down to, I think, a lack of leadership from Washington, identifying what our key objectives need to be and then going after them. If we have those, we can meet them. Our soldiers can do anything. They're the greatest soldiers in the world. But unfortunately, if they're left leaderless, if they're left without some prospect of what they're supposed to try and achieve, it's impossible to do.
Right.
Well, we've only touched the surface with you.
Just skim
we'll come back later.
You have an open invitation to come
Great,
back anytime.
How about tomorrow morning?
Thank you very much. I know you had a long morning already and a longer day ahead.
That's okay. Thank you so much.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
it.
sir.